the shadowed corridors of the human psyche, where the whispers of the unconscious echo like ancient myths reborn, there lies a mystery that has intrigued thinkers from the dawn of civilization. Imagine, if you will, a soul wandering the vast wilderness of existence, untethered by the chains of superficial bonds, forging a path illuminated only by the inner light of self-discovery. What if I told you that those who walk alone, far from the clamor of crowds, are not cursed by isolation, but blessed with the keys to the kingdom of the true self? Today, as an old-timer who's roamed the intellectual badlands of America, from the bustling streets of New York to the quiet deserts of the Southwest, I've delved deep into the works of Carl Jung, that Swiss sage whose ideas on the psyche feel as American as apple pie when you strip away the European formality. We're diving into the enigma of those without many friends, reframing it through Jung's lens of archetypes, individuation, and the collective unconscious. Stick with me, folks, because by the end, you might just question everything you thought you knew about loneliness. And hey, while you're pondering, drop a comment below with where you're tuning in from. Maybe the heart of Texas or the shores of California. I'd love to know how this resonates across our great land. Let's peel back the layers, starting with the profound trait of authenticity. In Jung's world, authenticity isn't just being real, it's shedding the persona, that mask we all wear to fit into society's grand theater. Picture this. In our hyper-connected age, where social media feeds us illusions like a never-ending buffet, most folks are trapped in a dance of conformity, their true selves buried under layers of approval-seeking. But those with few friends, they're the rebels of the psyche, embodying what Jung called the process of individuation, where one integrates the shadow, the hidden, often uncomfortable parts of ourselves, into a whole, authentic being. They don't bend to the winds of popular opinion. Instead, they stand firm, guided by their inner compass. Marcus Aurelius, that Stoic emperor Jung admired for his introspective wisdom, nailed it when he said, "Authenticity paves the road to virtue." These solitary souls cultivate an unyielding loyalty to their core values, principles, and emotions, resisting the siren call of the collective. In my years crisscrossing this country, I've met ranchers in Montana and artists in LA who live this way, unapologetically themselves, with a style that's all their own. No trends dictating their wardrobe or worldview. It's not weakness. It's a superpower in a world of facades. And let's expand on that. Jung would argue this authenticity taps into the archetypal hero's journey, where solitude becomes the crucible for transforming base instincts into enlightened gold. No wonder history's giants, from Thoreau pondering Walden Pond to Einstein lost in thought, often shunned the social whirl. They were too busy being real. Now shifting gears to independence, a trait that Jung might link to the anima or animus, those inner counterparts that foster self-reliance beyond external dependencies. In our society, obsessed with likes and follows, too many chase happiness like it's a commodity traded on Wall Street, outsourcing their joy to others' validations. But the lone wolves? They've mastered the art of inner alchemy, turning solitude into a forge of unbreakable strength. They don't crumble in the face of an empty evening. They thrive in it, solving life's puzzles with their own hands, making choices unswayed by the herd. This echoes Jung's belief in the self as the central archetype, the organizing principle that brings harmony without needing props from the outside world. True freedom, as these individuals know, blooms from within, pursuing dreams on your terms, crafting rules that fit your soul, and finding contentment in the quiet spaces of the mind. I've seen it in truckers hauling across the Midwest, independent as the open road, or entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley who bootstrap their visions without a safety net of cronies. It's liberating, folks, in a culture riddled with codependent traps. To add a layer Jung might appreciate, this independence often uncovers synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that guide one's path, proving the universe conspires with those who stand alone, unencumbered by relational baggage. Selectivity, the wise gatekeeper of the soul. Jung would see this not as snobbery, but as a manifestation of the wise old man archetype, that inner sage who discerns quality over quantity. In a world where folks hoard friendships like they're collecting stamps, fearing the void of solitude, the selective ones set boundaries as sturdy as the Rocky Mountains. They don't fill their lives with noise. They curate connections that resonate on a profound level, aligning with shared values and genuine honesty. This is self-protection at its finest, a shield against toxic energies that could poison the psyche's well. Better a handful of true companions who enrich your journey than a mob that drains your spirit. Think of it like a master craftsman selecting prime lumber. Quality trumps abundance every time. Jung emphasized the importance of meaningful relationships in the individuation process, warning against the dangers of the persona dominating authentic bonds. Those with few friends embody this wisdom, earning trust through mutual growth rather than superficial chit-chat. From my travels, I've encountered veterans in the Deep South who choose their confidants with the precision of a sniper. Few, but fiercely loyal. And here's a subtle expansion. In Jungian terms, this selectivity often reveals projections. We attract what we need to integrate, so these sparse circles become mirrors for deeper self-understanding, turning relationships into catalysts for psychic evolution. Diving deeper now into introspection, that jewel of the Jungian crown. In our overstimulated era, where screens bombard us like a digital storm, most drift on the surface, never plumbing the depths of their inner ocean. But those who embrace solitude, they venture into what Jung called the collective unconscious, that vast reservoir of archetypes shared by all humanity. It's like having a private portal to an unexplored galaxy within. Thoughts, emotions, dreams swirling in a cosmic dance. Marcus Aurelius, a figure Jung referenced for his meditative prowess, understood self-reflection as the forge of growth. These introspective souls aren't fleeing the world, they're enriching it, by first enriching themselves. Analyzing motives with unflinching honesty, not for self-flagellation, but for ascension. This is emotional intelligence distilled, a superpower amid the chaos. Their inner world is a thriving ecosystem, blooming even in external droughts. I've witnessed it in philosophers holed up in New England cabins, or meditators in the Pacific Northwest. Time alone isn't wasted. It's invested in the alchemy of self-knowledge, unearthing treasures no external quest could yield. To weave in more Jungian nuance, introspection often awakens the shadow, integrating repressed aspects into consciousness, leading to wholeness. It's why these loners emerge wiser, their insights piercing the veils of illusion that blind the masses. Finally, we ascend to growth, the pinnacle trait that crowns the solitary path. Jung's entire philosophy orbits around individuation, the lifelong quest to become one's fullest self, transcending ego to embrace the self. A scarcity of friends isn't a deficit. It's fertilizer for this evolution, as Seneca's Stoic wisdom reminds us. Adversity births virtue. These evolved beings rise above the shallow valleys where most linger, gazing from mountaintops with panoramic vision, spotting patterns, grasping truths that elude the crowd. Their maturity isn't happenstance. It's forged in the fires of isolation turned introspection. In a world mired in rigid thinking, they embody continual transformation, what Jung saw as the psyche's natural drive toward wholeness. Picture it. While others chase fleeting distractions, these souls alchemize loneliness into enlightenment, emerging with wisdom as vast as the American frontier. From my own journey, rubbing shoulders with thinkers in Chicago salons or hikers in the Appalachians, I've learned that true growth demands space, away from the din, where the unconscious can whisper its secrets. And, expanding gently, Jung believed in the transcendent function, where opposites unite to propel growth. Solitude provides the arena for this, reconciling inner conflicts into profound personal renaissance. In wrapping this up, my friends, though you may be few in number, you're mighty in spirit. I extend my deepest gratitude for joining this exploration. There's an electric thread connecting us, a shared vibration that transcends miles and screens, touching the core of what makes us human.
If these Jungian reflections on authenticity, independence, selectivity, introspection, and growth strike a chord, remember, you're part of an elite cadre, prioritizing psychic depth over social breadth. Pass this wisdom along, share the video, hit that like if it stirred your soul, and subscribe for more dives into the psyche's mysteries. Your engagement fuels this fire, spreading light to hearts across the globe. Until next time, keep seeking that inner gold. Thank you.